Hey guys, just want to welcome you back to a somewhat of a special video. For quite a while, I have been promising that I was going to do a version of How Many Cards, because I know Dawn enjoys when we do our stash busting and stuff and get inspiration from her videos. And while I'm not doing it exactly like she does, I am really glad that I didn't get to it yet because to get it done like for real this time, despite my stops and starts to do it, I'm really happy that I took advantage and am using her City Life, the paper collection. I know there's cut apart sheets and stuff, and I do use some of the cut aparts or I cut out some elements, but what I'm making right now, as you go through the video, this is only being done with the main paper collection. So we'll see what I got, and I will put breakdowns of what I'm doing as I get to each kind of section. Because it's a really large project, I'm doing my batch processing method. So I'll put like notes in there in case you struggle with kind of how to work with large batches of cards. Maybe this can help you if you're having trouble finding a method that works for you. So, but I don't want to get too far into it because, again, the main point is seeing how many cards I can get out of Dawn's collection. So what I'm doing, the first round, there will be music with this as well, per usual, because each section takes a while to get through. And I do apologize here with the editing. I had to speed it up a lot. But anyway, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent. So first part of the process that I get into, I started to assemble the cards one at a time, like you saw here, but that ends up taking even more time. So I go to the batch method where I do one part of the process, like here I'm inking up the edges. Then I go back and I add tape to the backs. Then I make matting layers and so on and so forth. So this is the first part of the process where I am inking up the edges of the focal points, and making sure I keep them with the card bases. I was losing track of which image went with which card base. So that's what you see here. And just as a side note, the two colors that I used for inking up anything went back and forth between Uncharted Mariner by Tim Holtz, the Distress Oxide, or is that the ink? I can't tell. Can't read the label, but I think it's the Distress ink. But anyway, that, and I used ground espresso in the Distress Oxide. Those were the colors that I used for all of the inking. Once the inking was done, then what you see here, I'm going in and I'm adding double-sided tape to the backs of all the panels. And again, trying to make sure I'm keeping them with the card bases. If I didn't do that, I was going to completely forget which focal point I had paired with which base. So that's what you see here. That's typically the second part of my batch making process. The next thing I did in this specific project was I went and matted most, if not all, of the focal points to a layer of metallic, and there might have been some glitter in there somewhere. I can't remember for sure, but most got put with metallic paper in a coordinating color. So that's the third part of what I was doing in this process. In this part of the how many cards process thing that I was doing, for the smaller card bases, I just came in and I used up a few um, sentiments and things like that to finish those off. Basically, um, I colored one or two of the sentiments and got the smaller card bases done first, and then you'll see the next part of this section will be putting the matted layers on top of the card bases. In this section, I'm going through and putting sentiments on the rest of the card bases that I didn't already. And again, I usually do this after I put the matted layers together and attach them to the card base. So I dipped into a bunch of pre-cut sentiments. I think I used up a good chunk of the die-cut sentiments that I had made, and got everything on there. And yeah, here there's also some embellishments that I was using as well. These were the ones that I got cut out of the papers in the cut apart sheets. I didn't end up using too many, but I did use a few. And here for the quote-unquote home stretch part of this whole process, I'm going through and adding those clear jemmies that you see down in that little tray. And that is a sneak peek of an element from the Woodland Treasures collection, if or depending when this video goes up. So there you go. So yeah, just doing the final decorating, and I just kept it very simple, and that's pretty much it. So I will leave the rest of this to just music, and then I'll meet you back for the recap. All right, guys, I am back with the recap for my how many cards did I get out of Dawn's City Life paper collection. And the majority of this came from all of the papers, and I still have the cut aparts and things like that, except for a few elements and stuff that I pulled out. But from the papers, this is what I was able to get done, and this was so much fun. And I'm so glad that as many times as I tried to do like how many card style video like I had promised Dawn that I would do, I'm really glad it didn't actually happen until now, where I was able to have fun with her paper collection. And there are some bonus items that I got, but I'll do those at the end. Kind of got an idea of what they are, but that's okay. And just as a heads up, by the time you're seeing this recap, I did not include making these in this video. I wanted to focus on the cards because that was the point of the project. But I will put up the process of how I made these over here, these bookmarks. So this will be a separate video for the process. I will go ahead and count them here when I'm done with the cards, just because I have no idea between the two things how much I made. So we're about to count that in just a second. But yeah, Dawn, this was so much fun. I am so glad I had a really super fun way to celebrate your city life. Absolutely love the collection, but you know what? I say that about every collection that you have, and I mean it, because I love everything that you put out. And again, I'm just so happy I didn't follow through on the original how many cards kind of thing that I started. I don't even know how many times now, like I said. Today, it is a done deal, and I could not be happier having done it with Dawn's collection. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. Let me do one thing really quickly here. Let me just kind of sort out the landscape cards from the portrait style. I think it's mostly portrait, but I do have a fair number of the landscape style. So I'm just trying to get those sorted out. And this was so much fun. I know I had to speed it up a lot, because when I started putting all the video clips together to edit, I had over, I think it was like, oh, whoops, I just completely forgot about that one. I had 400 and I think 39 minutes combined. I'm like, yeah, we can't do this. That would be, I don't know, probably 8,000 days worth of footage if I tried to leave it at a normal speed. Or it would have had to have been broken up into several parts. And I did not want to do that, because if I didn't edit this all at once, I did not want to run the risk of getting distracted and getting everything up when I wanted to. So for this reason, I know for some of you that the sped up is really hard to watch. I will, on the heels of this one, have a very condensed but normal speed shorts video, basically condensing it way down. But to do the how many cards, there was no way I could just leave it at a shorts video. I had to do it correctly and show the process of making the cards and stuff like that, at least in my opinion. So for this reason, I left it all like one big blob and just, like I said, sped it up. Now I did take one of the cards that I had made from here, and I did end up using it for Father's Day, so I will tack one on at the end when we get to counting. But let me start with the landscape style, and we will begin the official count. All right, ready? Here we go. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. So we've got one. Let me scooch it over because we need a lot of room. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we need a lot of room. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, make sure I'm not going out of frame, 10, 11, 12. Those are the landscapes, so we got 12. Let me move this one over here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42, counting the one card that I used. So from just her papers, I got 42 cards out of her collection. Oh my god, this was so much fun. And I think the way that these images were presented, it could work with either masculine or feminine. So yeah, I just like crickets in my brain because I cannot believe I got this many cards. 42 cards out of her city life. And again, this was just the papers. I can't even imagine if I'd have printed off and chopped up the cut apart pages that she has. I did get, like I said, some of the ephemera bits out of here on some of the cards, like that one, and some of the smaller images I got cut down and cut out to use as ephemera. But the bulk of this all came from just her papers. Just the papers. That is like mental, but in the best way. Oh my god, this was so much fun. And then before I forget, I will do a quick count of how many leftover scraps I was able to turn into bookmarks. And again, it's probably a project where I had the least amount of scraps left over. I did not want to waste the paper, and I also had made it a challenge to see what could I do with the leftover strips when I was cutting everything down for the matting layers. So, all right, so here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 bookmarks. Oh my god. So 42 cards and 37 bookmarks out of just her papers. That is insane. Oh my god. I am so glad that I did this, you guys. This was so much fun. And it was a massive stash busting haul as well. Kind of on the back side of it, using up a whole bunch of card bases that I've had sitting in my craft room for I don't even know how long. Like these long ones have been cut down into card bases like 4.5 years ago, and I kept trying to get in and use those and then never ended up getting to it until now. So stash busted a ton of card bases that were sitting here, stash busted a bunch of beads that have been sitting here, stash busted a bunch of sentiments that have been here, and I focused primarily on best wishes and congratulations. And I used up a bunch of sentiments that I had die cut a while ago. I think I did those like two years ago, where I just sat and die cut a whole bunch of sentiments. And I also used a whole bunch of the clear jemmies that I pulled actually out of Dawn's Woodland Treasures. And I think those are the only gemstones that I used on here, if I'm not mistaken. There might be some gold ones in here, but I don't remember using gold. Because the minute I'm done doing stuff, half the time when I go back to do the voiceovers for the recap, I can't remember half of what I did, even if it was an hour ago. But yeah, so I stash busted a bunch of beads And I did laminate the bookmarks to make them sturdier. It's a good weight of paper on its own, but I thought just because if it's going to get handled, hopefully lots and lots for people who like to read physical books, I went ahead and did the laminating process. And again, I'll put that process in a separate video. Yeah, I think these are all the clear ones. So yeah, this was so satisfying on so many different levels. And again, I'm so glad I was able to hold off on doing anything like the how many cards thing that I said I was going to do until I was able to do it with her stuff, or that I ended up doing it with her stuff. Yeah. So if you guys have not yet gotten the City Life collection, I definitely recommend you doing so. And I know her Woodland Treasures kit is coming up, but I did sneak a little bit, so you at least got a little early look at her gemstones. I'm not sure when this video will go up, so by the time this gets edited and loaded up, I don't know, her Woodland Treasures kit may be out. I'm not sure, but yeah, I am not sad at all that I did raid the collection, because I think the clear gemstones worked out really well. They end up picking up the colors of what's behind them, and I really like that a lot. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it here. I know I did some background voiceovers while I was going through the process, so I'm gonna try not to repeat too much here. But yeah, it was so much fun, not only being able to use this absolutely gorgeous collection, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there, because just 42 cards, you guys, that is absolutely mental, and 37 bookmarks. Oh man, this was so much fun. So all right, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm just gonna keep giggling to myself. So hopefully you guys had fun. And again, if it's not already up by the time you see this video, I am going to put together a shorts video breaking it down, but not at warp speed like I had to put this one up, because I don't even know how many parts I would have had to have broken this up into to try to keep it even at 2 times the speed. Because yeah, all right, hope you guys had fun, and hopefully you guys, as always, were inspired to craft along, either stash busting something in your craft room or just getting some stuff done while you're watching and listening to the music. And yeah, this summer is definitely going to be a lot of stash busting. I don't know how big any, each of the things as I get into them are going to be per project, but it does feel good to finally get in and feel like I'm actually using stuff in here. And I really, really hope you are too. I know Dawn feels the same way, especially when we put out our challenge videos. This year's Dawn and Rachel Creates, where we make stuff with whatever's that month's challenge. And yeah, so all right, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm just gonna keep rambling. So have fun, you guys. Please take care, stay safe, and I will definitely be seeing you in the next video. If you're interested in some more content, here's a couple videos you might want to check out, and I will catch up with you in the next one.